When it comes to characters in the anime who played a massive thematic role in comparison to their time on screen, I think there are very few in the series who compare to Toga, the Great Dog General, the father of Inuyasha and Sesshomaru. And with such an impressive character, there should be some amazing inspiration behind him as well. Well, today we're talking about that. If you enjoy these deep dives into the history and mythology behind your favorite characters, remember to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. We also have another Ask Me Anything at the end of this video, so be sure to leave your own hashtag AskMeAnything questions in the comments down below so we can use them next time. With that all being said, let's jump into the yokai inspiration behind Toga. As always, to fully understand the parallels, we're going to be starting off with the story of Toga, at least a summarized version. Toga was known throughout Japan as being one of the most powerful demons of the time, with such powerful rivals as Lord Hyuga, the leader of the Mongol army, the Panther King and his tribe, and of course Kirinmaru, king of the beasts from the mainland, and the great dragon Ryukotse. As I mentioned above, he had two sons, Sesshomaru with another dog Daiokai, and Inuyasha with a human woman named Izayoi. After an immense battle with Ryukotse where Toga sealed the dragon away, Toga found himself severely wounded. He managed to escape but was confronted by his son Sesshomaru and essentially gave him one last final lecture before he ran off to protect Izayoi, resurrecting her after Takamaru killed her, and creating an opening for her and Inuyasha to escape by fighting Takamaru to the death as the mansion around them burned to the ground. Toga's true form, just like Sesshomaru's, was a massive white dog. Now, here is where we can find the inspiration. As I've discussed in a previous video, Inuyasha, Sesshomaru, and Toga all have elements which can be attributed to the Inugami, specifically the elements of their personality which lead them to devote their lives to the women that they loved. However, there is a lot more to go off here. When you look at the images of the Inugami, it's very hard to visually jump to Toga's dog form, or by extension, Sesshomaru's as well. So this is where we're going to dive into the visual and thematic elements of their design, and that leads us to the Tiango. And as always, my pronunciation of Chinese mythology is gonna be pretty rough. While most people might be familiar with the Tengu in Japanese folklore, that was actually based on the Tiango from Chinese myth. In terms of the Japanese Tengu, we tend to see two variants, a more or less humanoid body with a goblin-like red face and a long nose, or a bird-like person. Neither of which really line up with Toga or Sesshomaru. I mean, I guess the pointy ears a little bit, but aside from that, it's a no-go. However, when we look to the Chinese Tiango, we instead see a massive celestial dog. Which, I mean, yeah. The Tiango, meaning heavenly dog, were often depicted as either a dog or a meteor, which is quite the range. But that is likely attributed to what the Tiango actually is known for. During eclipses, the Tiango ate the moon or the sun, depending on the story. It's also given the task of guarding the gates of heaven. Something to mention here is that the Tiango is most commonly described as being an entirely black dog. However, it's pretty obvious that Toga is a white dog. That said, in our first actual shot of Toga in his dog form, the illustrators specifically chose to give us a shot of him entirely shrouded in darkness, looking like a black coat of fur. Why wouldn't they want to show off his majestic, badass form? Well, if I had to guess, it would be to pay homage to its inspiration, the Tiango, which would be pretty amazing if that's the effort they put into it. That said, there are more than one appearance for the Tiango, as it would appear as both a good or evil spirit. The good spirit would often take the form more akin to a white-headed fox, which brought peace and protection, while the evil spirit, which we more commonly see, would have its classic black dog form and has a story featuring other characters which resemble Inuyasha characters. In Chinese myth, a mythical archer named Hou Yi shot down the 9 suns in the sky and was awarded a magic pill which would make him immortal by the Queen Mother of the West, Wangmu Nyang, aka the inspiration behind Sesshomaru's mother. However, Hou Yi's wife, Chang'er, ate part of the pill before he could. She began floating away towards the sky. Seeing this, Hou Yi's dog ate the rest of the pill and began growing. Chang'er was horrified as she floated away and held on to the moon, hiding there. The dog, who had grown incomprehensibly large, would go on to swallow both the moon and Chang'er whole. Wangmu Nyang saw this and decided to capture the dog. After learning it was Hou Yi's, she assigned him to guard the gate of heaven, and as such he would become known as the Tiango from this point forward. He spit out the moon and Chang'er, and from here she remained on the moon. Humanity began to fear this massive dog deity, and a man named Zhongxian would begin to oppose him, protecting humanity from the Tiango with his bow and arrow. He's often depicted as the god of birth or the protector of young boys, and as the rival of Tiango, it would be pretty fair to align him with Takamaru, who did kill Izayoi but left her half-demon son Inuyasha alive. And yeah, that's the story of the Tiango and the inspiration behind Toga. If you want to see a follow-up video where we talk about the Queen Mother of the West and Sesshomaru's mother, let me know in the comments down below. But with that, let's get into the Ask Me Anything. We have our Ask Me Anything for the video. I'm really enjoying these actually, so if you want to see more, remember to leave your own questions in the comments. I can pull from there next time. With that being said, I asked over on Twitter first, so we're going to go check that out, and then I think I got 1 or 2 responses on Instagram as well. Either way, if you're interested, follow me at AxelBeats. So before we get into it, I am a little bit padded up with blankets right now. It is beyond freezing in this house. Japan is cursed, and central heating is a myth. So we're just going to have to deal with this goofy look for now. But with that said, let's start off with Kevin Crust here. He says, what anime series do you think has a terrible beginning, but a really solid ending? If none come to mind, what's a series whose ending ruined the series for you? Outside the Erased. So, series with a terrible beginning and a really solid ending. Gotta give it to my favorite anime, unfortunately. AxelBeats. I think the first episode of AxelBeats is super rough. I hate showing the show to people because it is unbelievably slapsticky and just not fun to watch if you're looking for like the type of show AxelBeats is. But yeah, that definitely is an issue. Otherwise, I would say maybe Clannad. I think the beginning is monumentally too slow. It's like literally 25 episodes before anything happens, and that's just the transition to after story. But the ending of Clannad and the ending of AxelBeats, both phenomenal. If I went the other way, I wouldn't say too many shows like have an ending that really ruins things for me. I'm able to more or less enjoy the ride for like 90% of the show. If the last episode bombs, it is what it is, but what are you gonna do? I can look back and just say like, yeah, that one episode wasn't great, the rest is fine. But that said, Erased does have a dog shit ending. Katie's Cozy Place asks, I believe that this is the best question to get to know someone. What is your favorite ice cream flavor? I think maybe French vanilla, as boring as that is always just like a real nice smooth one. If I'm looking for something a little bit more sweet, maybe I would go like, I don't know, cookies and cream. They have macadamia, actually I'm changing that. They have macadamia nut ice cream in Japan, and it is so good. So yeah, macadamia nut for sure, and then French vanilla and cookies and cream. Let me know your favorite ice cream in the comments down below. Alistair, Gallade Gamer 47 says, why is Rin in the tree? I don't know if you've talked about it or not. No clue. We don't really have too much information there. If I had to guess, I'd say something happened and Sesshomaru stuck her there for like to keep her safe, basically. I did a video a little bit ago about how like wishes in Inuyasha get kind of, they will backfire on whoever wishes for them. And I think that like Rin has the episode Forever with Lord Sesshomaru where she wishes she can be with him forever. And the idea of her being stuck in stasis is kind of a nod to that. So there's that. But yeah. Lux Kage says, if you could be teleported to any anime manga series, what series would it be? Oh, what's that time-stopping hentai? No. Let's see. I mean, like, the right answer is probably Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon, right? That sounds really fun. But if I had to choose out of anything, I think Yu-Gi-Oh! Would probably be the one. Just, like, I love card games so much. That would be really fun. Eddie Hates Anime says, what is your comfort food? My dude, have you seen the size of me? Everything is my comfort food. Lately in Japan, though, probably nabe, which is like the type of soup. Super relaxing, and it's really nice in the winter. My mom also makes French onion soup. That would probably be my go-to. Like, you can't not be happy for eating French onion soup. You're crazy otherwise. Perla Flores, aka Pear Bear. What is the first thing you're going to do the moment you get to Canada? Quarantine for 2 weeks, and then, I mean, I really do miss Taco Bell, as lame as that is. Um, yeah, there's probably like a couple foods that I've really missed I would want to do. I mean, seeing my family is probably important too in some respect. Uh, and then just setting up the house and making sure that I have everything ready for streams and everything going forward. That's all involved in there. Iren, not Iren, 3Ren. This person. Sorry, I am so sorry. How would you feel if they actually made Sesshomaru the villain in Yashahime? It's unlikely, but Sunrise has fucked us up. But Sunrise B fucked up, sorry. I'm fine with that, honestly. I know it's not like a popular opinion, but I think like he started as not a villain, but as an antagonist of some kind. And if something happened to Rin, who was the factor in like why he changed, I mean, I could see that snapping back. That'd be fine for his character arc, I believe. Yeah, that's pretty in line for me. That's whatever. It's not a big deal. Probably answered before, but who inspired you to create anime-related content? So I did Pokemon stuff for a long time on YouTube, and that was fine. I had a lot of fun with that. I made a lot of really cool friends, but I think once I kind of... Alright, this is going to sound kind of lame, and Nuxie, my boy, if you are watching this, which I doubt. So the kind of videos that I really enjoyed after I was leaving the Pokemon scene was these really deep character analysis things and theories that Nuxtaku would make. The Nobody Understands series was that kind of stuff. I really enjoyed those, and that's just some kind of content that really filled the writing void that I had, where I just wanted to talk about something way too in-depth and overanalyze the shit out of it. Talk about philosophy, which is something I really enjoyed in university, and things like that, or exploring history. So I thought that kind of doing my own spin on that would be very fun, and we have series like this where I talk about different yokai inspirations, or the video the other day where like the true meaning behind Inuyasha. That's all kind of in line as dumbed down version of Nux's old content, so yeah. Interlude 23 says, based on what we've seen so far, how do you predict the rest of Yashahime will play out? What's your favorite season of Inuyasha and why? So if I had to guess the ending of Yashahime, I would say that something happens with Kirumaru and Sesshomaru. Inuyasha and Kagome have shown up by this point. Sesshomaru, you know what it's gonna be. I'm calling it now. This is January 9th, okay? It's gonna be a fucking combo attack of Soryuha from Sesshomaru and Toa that will kill Kirinmaru, or Riku, whoever's the villain at that point. That's it. They're gonna go with this cheesy combo bullshit attack thing that's been done 100 times. That's fine, it'll be badass, it'll be awesome to see. Whatever. They're gonna do it though. If I had to make like a genuine prediction on what they would do, that's it. Is that what I want? Probably not, but you know, it is what it is. What's your favorite season of Inuyasha and why? Probably, I mean, Band of Seven season's really good, but maybe like the introduction season with Kagura, Kana, and Goshinki, the start of the incarnations. That's a really fun time. I really like all the new characters being pushed out. It has like that monster of the week feel, but there's a weight to them, and it's just really nice. Like even characters like Jiromaru and Kageromaru, I don't really like them particularly much, but you know, they have weight to them. There's like, they pose some kind of threat, and I like that. But more specifically, the Kana, Kagura, and Goshinki stuff. Lavender Mel says, what's your top favorite anime? AxelBeats. Then cartoons. Cartoons, maybe, I mean, Gravity Falls is good. Maybe some like old show, like, I don't know, Mega Man NT Warrior or some shit like that. Something that's like nostalgic and fun that can just turn my brain off and not worry about it. Preferred type of medium or show that you enjoy. Most things that I can just turn my head off and enjoy. Or historical fantasy is really good, as you said here. Slice of life is probably my favorite, though. What's the meaning of life from Yuva Rondell? Do what you want to do. Don't fucking bother people. So, how do you think Yashahime will end? I already talked about that. What's it like staying in Japan? It's an experience. I'm gonna have a video, I guess, in a week right before I leave. I'm gonna try and do that. So look forward to that. We'll talk about what my time here was like. Historical fiction recommendations, comics, novels, anime, whatever you want. Well, my favorite book of all time is The Count of Monte Cristo, so I mean, if I had to put historical fiction there, that'd probably be along the lines. There's also a book called Genesis by Bernard Beckett. Not really historical fiction, but it's like a imagined next 40 or 50 years for the human race, or next 100 years, whatever it was. It's been a while, but it's told like through the lens of a history class, which was really interesting, or a history test, which was really interesting, like a different way to do it to me. So I enjoyed that as well. And it's a pretty short book, so you might find it easy to go through. Best anime of 2020 for me. I really liked Sing Yesterday. It was very charming and wholesome and just like really heartfelt. So I liked that a lot. I didn't get a chance to watch too much anime as a whole though this year, so I don't have much to compare it to. We have a message on Instagram from Sunshine. She says, so now that you're branching out to new shows, what kind of content are you looking to cover in the future? Videos to come. Will you be willing to go over comic series such as Lore of Olympics? And cartoon YouTube series such as Has Been Hotel Hell of a Boss. I just discovered this show when I got sick with COVID during Christmas, and it was hilarious. I like Hell of a Boss and Has Been Hotel. I could talk about those guys if you want, or like do reactions, whatever. Let me know if that's something you guys want in the future. This channel started as like other stuff and came to Inuyasha, so it's not really me branching out, it's more like branching back or circling back. There's going to be more One Piece content maybe every other Wednesday, I think. That'll be like my free day to do whatever I want. There's going to be some Shaman King stuff when that series starts up. There's going to be more Mal, Inuyasha, and then just generally whatever I feel like talking about I'm going to post. I know a lot of you are here for Inuyasha, so like that's going to be the heavy emphasis, but that can change and I'll post whatever I feel like for the most part. I'm going to try and keep you guys happy with like what's coming up. There's going to be a balance to it, you know? I'm not going to do like a month or whatever with no Inuyasha. It's probably going to be at worst every other day or something. But yeah, I'm going to try and tailor it to like what's doing well and what people are enjoying the most. We'll go from there. But yeah, with that said, I think that's where we're going to call it for today. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, enjoyed the AMA. I really like these. They're a lot of fun to go through and answer you guys' questions. With that being said, though, a big thank you, as always, to our patrons. With our Dai Yokai, Burnett Thrasher, Jacob Wiley, Ikerochu, and Iffy Babes. If you have not contacted me about which videos you'd like me to make, be sure to do so as soon as possible. Our Yokai, Lucifina Akuma and Jamie Heck. And our Hanyo, Anthony Hogan, Kasim Salim, Love the Kiwi, Michael Greco, Randy Moseyman, Savage Camel, and Simon Electric. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, remember to stay excellent.